or her title. Her title is the creator, owner of the Matrix and Terminator movie franchise. Let's get that title correct. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here. She is a personal, really good friend of mine, but I asked her to do this in essence of, we ladies, we come here on this platform every Sunday and we educate, share information and knowledge, and we are all fans of this lady's wonderful story. I want to give her, since we've been on so long, I'm going to give her the opportunity just to share a little bit about herself. I'm not going to even worry about how we met. Just know that it was divinely orchestrated. I'm so grateful. I was so excited. I called her, we exchanged numbers, and I called her right after we left the party we were at, because the Matrix was the turning point, the catalyst of the turning point for me, where I stopped watching TV from a perspective of, for entertainment's sake. I started watching TV from a perspective of, what is this teaching me? What is the message here? What am I to get and glean from this situation? So it was the catalyst that started a lot of things for me. And so that changed a lot of different perspectives in my life. And so when I met her, oh my goodness. So it's like, I don't know why this happened and why I would meet the person that was the part where I shifted a huge part of my consciousness, and to meet her, I was extremely ecstatic. So I'm going to let her take it over, tell you a little bit about herself. She's going to tell you where you can find her books, to donate to her cause. And Sophia, it's a pleasure to have you here. You know, I love you. So just go ahead and share whatever about yourself and how you come to be inspired to write those franchises and books.
Yeah, well, I want to say good morning and thank you guys for having me. You know, it's Mother's Day, so I know you guys could be doing a lot of great things instead of talking to me. I'm very happy. My friend Chandela has introduced me to you guys. This is my pleasure. I hope you guys will ask me a lot of questions. For one thing, I want to say that a lot of people always give me that tagline, because Black people especially, into music, and Diddy and all those guys, Jay-Z and them, they use taglines to identify them with their music. But I'm in the film business and I'm in the entertainment business, and the film business and the entertainment business do things a little different. We recognize as owners and creators, the same way that Bill Gates is not the father of Microsoft, but he's the founder and owner, or the late Steve Jobs. He's not the father of Apple, but he's the founder and the creator, and at one time he was the owner. So I just want that same recognition that the males get, okay? You guys don't take it too personal, because it's not personal.
I want to back up just for a few minutes too, because I got to give respect to Miss Aziza. This is the lady that created this platform so that we could have this Sacred Soul Sisters Talk Sunday, where we, like I said, we're a group of women. We come together, we talk, we educate, we uplift and empower one another every Sunday.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And welcome to our sisterhood.
Well, thank you,
Miss Sophia.
So
well,
y'all
you don't
better
have to call me Miss either, because I was married and divorced. So I'll never be a miss, never be a single one. Well, a lot of Black people be using that euphemism from Oprah, the color purple. They can't get that out. I tell them it's fine. There's a lot of Sophias and a lot of Sophias. Yeah.
So who got questions?
Huh? What
I
happened?
I apologize, Miss Sophia.
It's okay, it happens all the time. And I tell them, hey, I was married and divorced and, with kids. So, yeah, but they treat me like I'm a single woman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just funny. That's all. I laugh about it myself. You guys can ask me any questions that you want or any questions you like. I would just love that very much. And consider me talking about myself so much. I would love to hear some stuff from you guys.
I just want to say thank you for making such amazing movies that I've had the box set for, I don't even know how many years. and it's so scratched up, the DVDs, but I still make them work. And if they don't work, I watch it online or on Netflix. Anywhere I can watch it. And funnily, every one of the Matrix has been on every weekend the last few weeks. So
Well,
it's been all.
Oh, that's wonderful. I am so glad. I hope I see you have a daughter in the background. She's pretty.
Yeah.
I want to say
Hi,
hello
Bella.
to her. Hi, how you doing?
Let her say
Hi,
hello.
cute. Yeah, let her say hello because this is Women's Day, you know, Mother's Day, women, you know, girls.
Say hello. This
girls
lady wrote
day
the
out.
Matrix. Come here. She's an important Black woman that you need to see. Come here. Don't be shy. Come
This
on.
camera shy, Mrs. Sophia.
Hey, hi to you. Hi, cutie. How you doing? Yeah. Hi, cutie. You're so pretty, so beautiful. How you doing? I want you to know that I want you to read my books, and I want you to see my movies, and to know that I've given you your first Black superheroes back in 1999, and not the Black came later in 2018 or 2019, you know. So, you had the leadership role in your heroes way before 2018. Okay. Yeah, that's so cute. But I want you guys to ask me some questions. I mean, anything that you would love to ask me. Do not be
Everybody can't be
shy.
shy now. Somebody
I have
come
a
on.
question.
Y'all had a whole bunch of stuff to ask. So y'all
I
better
have a
come
question.
on. Get quiet now.
So, nice to meet you, Miss Sophia. My name is Demi.
Yes, Sophia, how you doing?
I got you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Sophia,
taking the time out to even come out here and share this information with us. We are truly grateful for you to be able to come out on this special day to come out and share this information. But the question I had for you was, what inspired you to write the book, The Matrix?
well, the movies, because the movies are a derivative, just like I'm the mother and primary, and then when I have a baby, that's secondary. So the movies are derivative of my script in my book. So it's just like Lords of the Ring book, Lords of the Ring movie. The book of Lords, our Tolkien's book came first. It was just adapted into a movie. You see what I'm saying? They use scripts and adapt them. They're filming. That's what adaptation is, just filming the source work. What inspired me was I was written about while I was at USC. I have a degree in journalism, a double major in law and psychology. I studied to be a lawyer and a doctor. And I saw that it was only white science fiction. And we had no Black superheroes, whether they were females or males, but we had living ones. We had the late Muhammad Ali. We had the late Rosa Parks. You see what I'm saying? So we did have our heroes. We just didn't have them on the screen. So I decided, why don't I give Black people their own superheroes and their own Black science fiction and leadership role. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it was born in me while I was at USC. I was looking for Lucas over at 20th Century Fox. I sent over my script in my book, and the rest is history. And I go in and get the damages, which was a lot of money, but hey, that's what life is about. Challenges and not, standing up for yourself. So I'm an example of you standing up, fighting for your rights, and let these inalienable rights that God has given us. Do you see what I'm saying? No man upon the earth has a right to enforce slavery or enforce, free labor, or to steal our creativity, our work that God has given us. We have to stand up for our rights. Very important. Do you see what I'm saying? How important that is?
Yeah.
And the mother, especially the matrix. You know, the matrix is a 7,000-year-old Latin word for the woman's womb. That's what matrix is. In 5 times in the King James Bible. Read it, Google it while I'm speaking about it. But it's talking about the divine feminine energy, the divine female of feminine energy of creativity. See, man come out of us. We don't come out of man. That's cloning. Men come out of our womb, out of our divine matrix. And so we are the mothers, the nurturers, the strength, the power. And we cannot let anything trample that power upon the earth. We are the divine feminine, the divine energy of creativities. Because without our matrix, without our womb, no man or anyone can come here to the earth. Every female animal, every female insect, every female living being, we have this matrix, divine portal, divine creativities. So no doctor can make any man into a woman, because it is not the vagina or the penis that makes a man or a woman the difference. The difference is no man can have a baby. No man can ever have an umbilical cord to feed the baby. No breast milk to nurture the baby and feed it. You see what I'm saying? No matrix womb that's going to stretch out with estrogen for 9 months and 36 weeks. When we leave this earth, the earth will be barren. If our womb is barren, there will be no more babies. So I want all women to know they are empowered. We are the power.
Always
I tell
have
my
been.
daughter that every day.
That's right. We are the power, and the males need to know that we are not secondary, and we're not subjected to slavery or abusement or disrespect. I want all women to know that today. Even the Pope bowed down to the Black Madonna and baby. He bows down to this Black energy, because guess what? Out of the Black female's womb come every image of every so-called race. We can have the perfect Japanese, we can have the perfect Mexican, we can have the perfect Arab or East Indian. Out of our womb can come every male upon the earth can come out of our womb exact. But out of the white womb can only come Black or white, nothing else. Either that kid is Black or it's white and nothing else. But our womb, the divine Black feminine, female feminine energy, we birth the multitude of all entities and tribes upon the earth. And that's deep, and that's special. Very, very special. So ask me questions.
I have a question. This is related to the Terminator movie as well. How is the Matrix and the Terminator movies connected, or are they the same story told from two different perspectives?
They are the same story, but not told from two different perspectives. It's more like ongoing Terminator end time revelations, because what I wrote was the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. But I wrote it not biblical, not religiously, but I wrote it in a science fiction story. So Terminator and Revelations talks about the end. So in the future, because I wrote a story that's past, present, and future time travel. So in the future, the machines hear the oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to destroy them. So they know this baby is going to be born to Sarah Connor. So they have to time travel, because after they hear the oracle's prophecy, they have to time travel to the past to kill Sarah Connor, because JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. Neo is just an anagram, a sneaky way of calling him the one. N-E-O-N-E, Neo, the one, but JC. Because John the Revelator was the only one to call Jesus the one. So that's why that big one come from. You see, Neo, the one. And so they have to time travel to try to kill her so this baby won't be born. But Kyle Reese, who's a rebel in the future, also hear the oracle's prophecy. And he knows he has to time travel to protect the woman. And if you notice in the Terminator, They come through a burning portal, blue portal, and they land naked without shame, because everybody coming out of the portal of the womb comes here naked. You don't come with any clothes on. You come through the matrix, through the womb, naked. The machine without shame, because he didn't have a soul. He was seedless, soulless, because he was created by man in man's laboratory. Do you see what I'm talking about? In man's lab. He's a lab rat. But all of God's children versus man's children that comes from the lab comes from the woman's womb. God's children are three dimensional beings: the astral body, blood, water, and spirit, which is the period. The second body, 9 months and 36 weeks, the transportation, called the body. And the third, the seed that attaches to the body, at 12 weeks. That's why a doctor will not perform an abortion, because he's killing a living soul. Remember that. This is what the pro and the pro and against this is what they're fighting about concerning the abortion, because if up to 11 weeks, the doctor can give you a pill and make it just a period. But at the 12th week, if you have an abortion, you're killing a living soul. The soul is the seed of continuation, because when you're eating watermelon that has no seed, that's something created by man. It's seedless and soulless. Everything God created, his children, his fruit, his trees, everything, his elements, all have seeds. Seeds to continue forever in every directions. Life is forever.
Mm-hmm.
So in the matrix,
go ahead, Queen.
yeah, when Kyle Reese is time traveling, he's there to help Sarah Connor to stay alive so she can have that baby. But he doesn't know he's a tool. He inversely falls in love with her. Look at the Terminator. And he gets her pregnant, and then he has to go back to the future from where he came. He can't stay in the past because he didn't come from the past. You see, he has to go back to the future. Now she's in love with this man. You got to get the book so you can get the details, because the movie is only 1 hour, 36 minutes, no more than 2 hours and 10. Can't see everything. A movie is only a fraction of the book. That's why people get Lords of the Ring book, and then they get the movie, or the Harry Potter book and the Harry Potter movie, the Maze book and the Maze movie, the Gravity book, the Gravity movie. You want the details, and you can only get these details from the book. And so he goes back. She's pregnant. The man she loved disappeared. Now it's almost like the Immaculate Conception. Was she visited by a spirit? She's pregnant with the baby. And now she's going to have this child, and Terminator's coming on, trying to kill her, trying to kill the teenager, trying to kill the man-child. And he's hidden in the matrix, which is the future. And he's protected, and the machines are looking here, there, everywhere for him. And he's right under their nose, hidden in the cities. And then when the rebellion come reloaded, 30 years of age, the revolution starts with machines. He has to learn how to fight. Morpheus has to teach him to fight. Morpheus take him to the oracle for the prophecy. You say, get him ready for the machines. You all know this story. You all seen it, but never was ever explained to you guys. Never explained, because only the creator can explain their creation. Only the creator can give the details and put everything where it is seen and known. Do you see what I'm saying? Only the creator can do that.
Yes, yes. I think you answered this, but someone asked a question: would you consider your creation, the Matrix, a symbolic interpretation of the cosmic womb, the awakening, rise, and ascending of the divine feminine?
Of course, because or go into my book, the first thing you see is Mother Earth. And Mother Earth is divine feminine because of all the creations that she have on earth. She has the trees and the birds and the insects and the living beings and the water and the sun. everything. She's a nurturer. She's the mother, Mother Earth. You ever notice that Mother Earth is never defined as a male? The Mother Nature. That's right. You can't fool Mother Nature. The mother is always the divine feminine female creator of creativity, the creation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I want you guys to realize that, because when you see this is Black science fiction, because Star Wars and white science fiction, they were using H.G. Wells' old metal clinkety clank. H.G. Wells was born in the iron industry age. I was born in the digital age. So I saw a machine not as metal, but as flesh, a clone. You see what I'm talking about? A gender bender, where they go into the lab and they manipulate gender. They're called gender benders, gender manipulation, artificial inseminated, where a doctor takes an egg and insert it with DNA, which is called a clone. Like, cloning. And all of these children are created by man and the laboratory, test tube babies, petri dish babies. But you really have to go at this and hybrid. All of this goes all the way back to mythology, when you saw the Minotaur, half bull and half man. When you saw Pegasus, a horse with wings. When you saw a horse, the unicorn with a horn in his head. When you saw Apollo, the Achilles heel, all of the giants, the Cyclops with one eye. All of these monsters that man was created on Monroe's Island were hybrids. Where you see a mule is a hybrid. It wasn't created by God. It has no seed. A man took a horse that was big, but he was weak. And he took this little donkey that was strong, but he was little. And they crossbred a mule, which is the size of a horse and as tough as a donkey. And you can get more work out of him. But he wasn't created by God. He was created by man. Do you see what I'm talking about? You can tell he was created by man. I bet you guys never thought about it like that, huh?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Hello?
Not at all.
No, not
I bet you never thought about this mule. Yeah, while I'm speaking, because you'll see a mule was created by man. There is no such animal with any seed that's having any mules.
Wow. And see what I tell you about
Because
the Matrix. Every time
you
there's
get in the
something
store.
new. Me ask a question
because
though.
you have to wake up, because the Matrix. Yes, go on.
Plato's shadow.
Yeah,
and,
go ahead. You were going to ask the question.
We're studying the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and last week's session we talked about Plato's shadow. That became evidence in the Matrix when they were doing the dance. What was your inspiration to create that dance? Because it gives the impression of illusion. But what was your thought behind creating that dance?
Well, this is how done in Hollywood. We don't have any creativity over our work. What happens is the director is over that. Whether they buy it or steal it, they have only ones that have creativities. That's why a lot of authors will not sell Hollywood their work, because Hollywood is using symbolism for stuff that they cannot write. Do you see what I'm saying? So lots of in the movie is symbolism. When you get the book, you'll get the full meaning behind everything. But when they read the book and they read the script, you got to realize everything in a book cannot be put into a film. And everybody thinks that, but that's not true. Do you see what I'm talking about? Some things have to symbolize, because there is no way you can actually put what the creator is saying except for the creator. So the rave dance is
Mhm.
just symbolism, and all these Black people is just symbolism, and Zions and all of that. It's just a lot of symbolism. But when you get the book, you get to see the real meanings and everything,
Mm.
all the intricate stuff that's not put in the movies, because it's only 1 hour and 36 minutes. The book is 286 pages.
Mm.
So you're only going to have a fraction on the screen, and all they're doing is filming. And whatever they cannot interpret it or understand, they have to create some kind of symbolism so the work can be understood.
Understood.
So you ask J.R. Tolkien, J.R. Tolkien's going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you, but he's dead now. But all of the other writers who have sold their work, V for Vendetta is the English writer Alan Moore's work. Speed Racer is the Asian guy's work from the 60s. Cloud Atlas is the author David Mitchell's book. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
In the is my book, The Third Eye Matrix and Terminator book.
Yeah.
The only work that they ever wrote was Jupiter Ascending. That was their work, from where I don't know where it came from.
Oh, someone in the chat asks, should we get out of the matrix or jump in and assimilate like Neo?
Well, you can unplug, because I'm unplugging you right now, because television and radio and magazine and TV and billboards, all of these are put there to program you. It's called programming you. And what I'm doing is unplugging you right now out of the programs. That's what the matrix is. Taking you out of the simulated into the real, or taking you from the real to the simulated. Do you see? So when you see an advertisement on television and you see a bottle of liquor in the glass, you're pouring the liquor into a beer or wine. The wine, the ice may be, brain is looking at the ice and the ice is spelling out sex. So your brain is saying, if I get this wine or this beer, I'm going to have some good sex. Because see, your eyes are only seeing the cup, the ice, and the drink. But your brain is seeing the subliminal messages, which is the program advertisement, because they got little messages in there, subliminal messages for you to go out and buy, for you to go out and do, for you to come here. But it's these messages that are wired to your brains.
Yeah.
Not to your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to make the picture look pleasant and enticing, the commercial or the advertisement. But that's the matrix. It's programming you, plugging you in, and you have to come unplug. You have to do research. You have to kind of figure out things on your own. Otherwise, you're going to be led here, there, everywhere. But you have free will. So you don't have to accept programming. You don't have to accept anyone's word, not even mine. You need to go and search and look up truth, so that way no one will ever lie to you, because you found truth to yourself. But you want to hear everything, and then you want to go and look it up and validate it through your truth center that God has provided everyone with, unless you're a clone. If you're a clone, you won't have this truth center. You see?
Yeah.
But you will know the clones, because let me tell you how you'll know the clones. If someone jumps off of the building right now, and it was 100 people watching, and someone jumped off the building, everybody is going to scream that has a soul or a seed, and they're going to cry, they're going to be upset, like when you saw George Floyd getting executed or hung, where, you know, that's how they used to hang and lynching. Back in the day when they put the rope around the neck and they would snap the neck, that was lynching. And a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying, lynching.
Yeah.
And people crying, and they were very upset, because these people, we all are crying, we're upset, because we have souls, we have seeds, we have feelings, we have compassion, We have love. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
So we're
ma'am.
crying, but if you don't cry and you say jump, 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 then you got to be a clone, because if there's no emotion when you see death, there is no emotion when you see hurt, there is no emotion, you know, when you see murder or any, come on, who are you?
Mhm. Yep. Dana had raised her hand. Dana, go ahead, ask your question.
Okay, hi everybody. Hi Sophie. Nice to meet you. I definitely am a big fan. I actually was telling the group earlier that I rewatched The Matrix. I wanted to rewatch The Terminator, but it's not as easy to find.
Right.
I didn't have Amazon. But what stood out to me this time watching the Matrix series was when the source said that we had been through this several times, this kind of like reset, kind of like the Matrix kind of resets itself. And I know this is the movie, so I don't know if they misinterpreted you.
Well, what I had to do, let me tell you what 2 and 3 was about. And you listened very carefully. I'm glad you brought it up, because I'm going to explain. They were still using my book and the script for 2 and 3. But what they tried to do now was whitewash. It's called whitewashing, because one was so black, because the agents were the bad guys. The white guys, the agents, were the bad guys, the machines in the first Matrix. Well, white science fiction does not have any black leadership roles. If you go back and look at Star Wars, they got really mad about the black guy coming in at 2015 to have a leadership role.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
white science fiction, the white saving the world, he's the hero. He's Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Rocky, saving the world. So they couldn't, Matrix, my work won 4 Oscars, and they could black science fiction empower 3/4 of black people around the world. They tried to whitewash it with 2 and 3, which was so horrible. It's about killing. It's about stealing. It's about degrading and confusion. So I had to make it into a dream, because they were still using my characters, my graphics, my special effects. You see, my concept, my logos, where the numbers are running. They were still using all that stuff. So God told me to make it into a dream, so Neo and Trinity and Morpheus never die.
Hey.
Neo and Trinity shares a dream together, and they both wake up because they're soulmates. And they say, oh my God, I thought we had died. It was so real, the dream.
Wow.
You see, because I wrote the evolutions of consciousness, a dream within a dream, like Ezekiel, a wheel within a wheel. Are you awake right now, or are you dreaming? Are you plugged in, or are you unplugged? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get to is that when you're talking about them talking about a reset and all of that, that is to lead you someplace else from the Matrix. But when you get the 4th installment, it happens right behind 1, and 2 and 3 is a dream, so you can still get the continuations of 1, where there is no confusion, because when it's all confusing, it's very confusing, and then you wake up and then set straight, and you know where you are. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So easy to get confused, but this cannot be taken away from us. I was written about in 1981 in the Los Angeles Sentinel News that, hey, Sophia Stewart is going to come out with the first Black science fiction with Black leadership role. So our kids can inspire to become anything they want, including President of the United States. And my work, The Matrix, in '99, inspired people, Obama, to become president. It gave us a leadership. It shifted our whole consciousness that, hey, we can be superheroes also. Because every white science fiction, go back and look at it. It's Superman, Batman. I know Black leadership role. If it's a Black person, he dies out the first 10 minutes of the movie because it's his fault. Go back and look at all the white science fictions. The Matrix changed the whole paradigm of the whole world.
It's so bad that my 5-year-old has already noticed that in all the films, the Black person dies first.
Exactly, in the white science fiction. And they did not want the Black guy in 2015 to come into Star Wars. They said, this is a white science fiction and we don't want any Black leadership role. You saw this in the news. It was not hidden, it was voiced, and that's how they feel.
Yeah, even in the Thor movie, Undar, who was the guardian at the gate, there was opposition to him being Undar.
Exactly. That's why when you see Matrix, there is everybody, they're Black superheroes. If you look at it, Keanu Reeves, his father is Asian Polynesian. You guys didn't even know that probably. And Carrie-Anne Moss, she's Canadian. It was probably only like, the white guys were the bad guys, and white science fiction, that will never happen. The white guys are always the heroes saving the world. Always. Go back and look at white science fiction, because Matrix is the first time you get to see in Terminator Black science fiction. Terminator was supposed to have been played by O.J. Simpson. And of course, Schwarzenegger ran under him for the role. Will Smith was supposed to play Neo, but Will turned it down to play the white man, Jim West, in his Wild Wild West, which he got rejected for that role. But the reason why they wanted Will was because they read my book. In my book, I am dedicating the book to Muhammad Ali, a living Black superhero who inspired me to give and let people know that we have Black superheroes here on Earth. Not in comic books, not in movies, but real living heroes like the late Rosa Parks, the late Muhammad Ali, and many, the late Martin Luther King, and many others. So our story is so much real because we're just the opposite. We have these living legends that have changed the whole landscape of our world. Yet we had no movies, no comic books to honor them until I came out with the first movies and the first comic books.
They say in the chat, you are the Black superhero to us.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I never intended to be a Black superhero. I just wanted our kids to grow up knowing that we are special people upon the earth and that we should be given all the dues and credit that's due us.
I'm so excited. You spoke to my daughter and I said to her, do you understand what a powerful historical moment that is for you in your life? And she said to me, no, Mum. I said, but I'll explain it to you because you'll never forget this day. She said, I know she's special though, Mum.
Oh, God. Tell her that is so wonderful. So, because it was kids like her. When you read my book, the newspaper clipping is in there from the Los Angeles Sentinel. You guys can go into the archives and read the real story there. And I'm talking about the children, the little Black kids that my work is going to inspire forever to be greater than what they are. Can you imagine that? And I'm so glad I touched her life because
I'm going to post the link to her book. I'm going to send it to you for you to post, Mrs. Aziza, not to interrupt. I'm sorry, Sophia. The link to her book and where you can, she has a call so you can donate to also. So you can look at all that when I send you the links.
Yes, I have ebooks also. So if you guys want ebooks, if you want it now or physical books, because I know a lot of people like different kinds. They like physical, they like ebooks. For all the people in the foreign countries, I'm on Amazon.com. My books are there. 3 of my books anyway. So you gotta read the details. This is so special. And let other people know who we are as people and what we have on change in other people's lives. So important. So important.
I got a question. It kind of resonate love in what you're speaking of. And I know they said love is our greatest emotion and highest vibration. Would you say that that virtue is what resurrected or saved Neo? And are we all, in essence, the one?
Yes, in my book, I said for the fourth installment, I'm saying we're all Neos, we're all the one. I don't want to take away from the book because I want people to read, but that we can all communicate with the drums, like the natives, with the drums. We can communicate spiritually, we can communicate physically. We're one, we're all one and the same, we're all Neos. And I really talk about that concept and bring it home. You know what I'm saying? So that's very important to ask. And what was the second question to that? You said, what was the other part? I can't even hear you.
Miss Aziza, she's asking you. She said it was a two-part question. What was the other part?
Yeah, what was the other part of
when we asked about emotion and the highest vibration, would you say that virtue is what resurrected Neo? And you answered the part, are we all the one?
Yes, well, love is the highest vibrations that actually resurrected Neo. Always love. I think love is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. I think love sets us free and it makes us creative. It really does phenomenal things. You know what I'm saying? So love is the answer. I think love is the answer.
Okay.
To the greatest vibrations on earth. We can overcome everything with love.
The fifth element.
Yes, love. Not war, but love. And we create when we love. We create the most beautiful babies. We create the most beautiful paintings and music and books and furniture and inventions. We create the greatest stuff when we love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, anybody else got any more questions? We're gonna not want to keep her all day. We really appreciate you coming on and spending this time with us. If you got questions, you better ask them now. Don't speak now, forever hold your peace.
When is
This
the
is
next
a
movie
treat.
coming out? I don't have a question. I've been kind of MIA. Hi, I'm Naisha. I had to switch to my phone. I'm about to leave.
Kobe 13.
I just wanted to thank you guys. Oh, hold on. There we go. I had to allow you on my phone. I can't do all this technology as Abby says, but I've been trying to get ready to get up my house. I just want to thank you, Miss Sophia, for dropping all those jewels and letting us know what you did. We've been looking forward to you. We appreciate your energy. We appreciate the ladies that got us together. This has been really awesome. Really awesome. And happy Mother's Day again. I'm getting all my books hardcover because I like a good book.
Yep.
Oh, thank
Look,
you.
I got a ton of so thank you. We're honored.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Thank y'all, ladies.
You're welcome. One more question I have. Probably considering our present climate, with everything going on with the jobs and the virus, and talks of population reduction, the reduction or control, it would seem that life is imitating art. How does the Matrix relate to this present situation, or does it?
Well, the Matrix, all of this was going to happen before. I was talking in the Matrix 4 book when I was advertising the book and doing interviews that we were going to go into a virtual world. And I talked about this virtual world and what the changes are coming up. So you really got to read this. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm talking about how we can get involved and start changing the paradigm And it's not with fear, because fear is nothing but false evidence appearing as real. Do you say? So it's not about fear, it's about changes, because God says everything must change. Nothing can remain the same. So us changing actually elevates us and make life better. So don't look back because the past is gone. COVID-19 changed all of that. You can't look towards the future because it's not promised. But we have right here, right now, which is great. Where else would you want to be but right here, right now? And Matrix 4, I'm going to do an animation because the pandemic is so bad that it will shut down the whole set. Like Tom Cruise was cursing because he was losing $600,000 a day. And if one person had got COVID, then he would have lost his investment. And so would have his investors. But they were trying with this garbage called the Matrix 4, but they can't use the name because the FBI have told them it's counterfeiting. It's kind of other kind of name. It's not the Matrix. When you look at the plot, I'll send the plot to Chandela. She can send it to you guys. It's a generic. They're trying to give you a cola, but they can't give you Pepsi or Coca-Cola because those. But they want to charge you Pepsi and Coke price. But they're going to give you a generic, a cola. They said it's a Matrix store because Matrix is a generic word. My work is the Matrix, the formula. But the word Matrix, like cola, is nothing but a generic. Anybody can give you a Matrix, as it's the woman's womb. There's Matrix Toyota, Matrix Conversions, Matrix Insurance, Matrix Poker, but it's not the Matrix with Neo and Trinity and Morpheus and the Terminators and so forth. You see what I'm saying? But they want to defraud you out of your money. But the government didn't even let that happen. That movie has been done 2 or 3 years ago. It's on the shelves because it's called counterfeiting. And the government will not let them counterfeit. And you guys know this because there's no trailer. They've been lying to you guys for 3 years or 4 years. The last Terminator movie was in 2003. That was 18 years ago. Wake up. Smell the coffee. The continuation of my work continued from 2010 and is feeding all the fans, 2 to 3 billion fans globally. And I want to say one other thing. I just got another award. I've had the Rosa Parks Award in 2005, the Oneness Award in 2007, Women's of Wealth Award in 2013, and numerous. Look at my autobiography, my biography on my website.
I'm going to send it.
Writing my autobiography, but I just got the Black Wall Street Awards from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Indian land. They're going to award it to me at the end of this month, between March the 27th, I think, and May the 27th and June the 1st. But I got the Black Wall Street Award, which I'm very honored to receive. That was what happened, the bombing in Oklahoma, where all those multimillionaires got bombed and everything. You guys know about that, right?
Yeah.
Black Wall Street Award. This is phenomenal. I might have to do a Zoom like I'm doing now to accept it, or I may be able to go there because it's short notice, but they told me either or would be fine.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, so they asking in the chat. They're asking in the chat, Sophia. They're going to get the books and they're going to dive into the books. But the question that they asked, would you come back and kind of go over that information with them after they take a deep dive in the book? Summer, I don't know why you didn't ask, but anyway. But she agreed, she had already agreed to kind of like after we got the books to come back on a few weeks later to kind of go over what you learned more.
Okay.
I'm very happy because then you guys will be so bubbly, and you guys, I'm going to send some videos of me on the Oscar, this last great Oscar last year. You're saying my Oscar. You guys need the books. I was on Judge Joe Brown, Armstrong William, NBC, ABC, Essence, Vibe, Black Enterprise, Wall Street Journal in 2009. You guys need to know that I've done over 4,000 media interviews, nonstop, 2001.
Wow.
3 when ABC.
So we special. We special.
I just want to thank you again for
Thank
speaking to my
you.
daughter and for honoring us with your time.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So we're gonna.
Well
Thank
known.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, give us a date that you would come out. That way we can go and get the book and start this reading. I'm excited. So just give us a date that you might be able to. And
Well, you set it up because once everybody has read in your club or your organization, you guys set it up. Let Shondella know. And hey, it's on. I would love to come down and answer your questions. You guys are going to be bubbly because when you read the 4th installment, the continuation of the Matrix, it has even more phenomenal stuff in there that's going to blow your minds.
okay. Okay.
I'm gonna send the link to you, Mrs. Ziza, and then you can send it out because you have all information and
Okay.
access to everybody in the group. I don't, so I'll send it to you. The link to her website where you can go and get the books and check out, her bio and all those things. And then once everybody's gotten a book, ebook, hard copy, whatever, and read it, then we'll set up a time for her to come back. And so that's probably going to take a little while. We got to get the book first and then read it. And
I'd love to come whenever Shondella let me know, even if y'all did a little bit of the reading, I'll still answer those questions.
Okay. Well, the challenge is on, y'all. I'm getting mine. Shondella,
I'm ordering mine tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Sophia,
amazing.
we're gonna let you go because we understand that it's a really special day. It is
Yes.
hey, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We got plans. If you haven't forgot, I'm gonna remind you. But I love you, and you have no idea. You have no idea how appreciative I am because I am a woman of my word, and I try to honor that at all costs. And so I really value you and honor you. You already know that, and so I'm grateful that you showed up in this platform, in this space, because, like I said, this is what we do every Sunday. We uplift, empower, educate one to another, and before we go into the week and the masses. So I so honor you here today, and I look forward to seeing you or talking to you later.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Bye. You guys let people know on your platform, and y'all have 1,000 women, because every time I go on Clubhouse, over 1,000 people jump in. So you guys can really grow your organization if you want by doing a poster that I can approve of, and you put it out so y'all can have other your next platform meeting for me. Okay,
I think it'll grow. I think
cool.
next one will be more lit.
We're gonna get it together because I kind of this time zone stuff. It's certain things that just don't register and resonate with me. And so remember, we went backwards and forth, Sophia, about asking you, okay, it's 9:30 our time, so a good enough time. She said, yeah, oh yeah, I'm great with that. I'm up and I'm functioning at that point. But so when it's 9:30 our time, then I'm not sure exactly what time that I thought it was
12:30 in North Carolina.
Okay, so
next
then
time,
moving forward,
I'll be ready.
Yeah, so moving forward, we know to make sure we got all our I's, dots, and T's and stuff crossed so that and the title correct, because we want to honor the full, of the fullness of what this is. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ladies, y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Sophia, I will talk to you later.
Thank you, Sophia. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Bye,
Day.
everybody.
Stella, thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.